So I posted this holy nope the other day, not because it was gross heresy, but because it was foolish and stupid and cringe and pretty funny.
Oh, like on the shelf, 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 shelf. Need to put it off, put it off, I put it off, I put it off my old self, I put it off.
It was supposed to be a more lighthearted post. Despite people's protests, I'm allowed to do that. It's certainly not the worst thing I've ever posted, and I'm not in a competition with myself to make every episode worse or more shocking or more heretical than the last. But I noticed something in the comments that troubled me. The thought from many is that if this is for kids, then it's okay. That is not a good way to think. Why do we have this mindset that silly nonsense is appropriate for children? We excuse a lot of bad teaching and worldly tactics and foolish practices because they're for children. This is not how we should be reaching children. This is how children stay children. But what do? We send kids off to their own separate church during adult service. We send kids to youth groups to play stupid games and be taught by incompetent, unqualified young men or women. Fathers then fail to raise their children in the fear and admonition of the Lord because they've passed them off to some youth pastor who then fails to prepare them to live as a Christian in this world. Instead, they're doing stuff like this, and that's why I've seen it with my own eyes. Kids who were leaders in youth group leave the faith as soon as they graduate high school. Now, I know there are good youth pastors out there and solid youth group programs. I'm not saying there aren't, but we've got to repent of this mindset that worldly nonsense and silly antics is okay as long as it's for children. And I think it's an awful, unbiblical practice for churches to separate children from their parents during worship. You should desire to be in a church that practices family-integrated worship. When Paul wrote to the Ephesians, he addressed children directly because he expected them to be present during worship with their parents, not off in another part of the building watching some foolish woman sing a Christianized version of a Taylor Swift song. And let me also say that we are supposed to be different from the world. We are not supposed to love the world. And I, for one, cannot see how taking the most popular songs of the world, especially from ungodly artists, and putting a Christian spin on them is wise for promoting the separateness to which we are called.
Nope. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.